are one of the most creative game studios out there, Media Molecule, and later this year for the Vita, they've got Tearaway coming out. I'm here with Rex, the game director, straight from Guildford, England. You guys are here today in Los Angeles to show a brand new part of the game. It's called Sogport, right?
That's right, yes.
Tell us about it.
So Sogport is it's basically like a little island. Paper island, just like the rest of the world, but it's surrounded by a lake of deep glue. And this little island is just shrinking all the time because basically everyone on the island, they're all like tearing it all up and basically like just using up the island. It's just getting smaller and smaller. So it's going to need some kind of adventurer to come along and help them out.
And this game, when you guys announced it at Gamescom last year, I mean, everyone loves Media Molecule, loves what you did with Little Big Planet, but it just feels so creative. I mean, there's so much that you're packing into this game. How do you even describe what you do in this game?
Well, I kind of break it down that it's basically, it's like Iota's...
He's the main character, right?
Yes,
and there's a female Iota
exactly,
you unveiled today, right?
Atois,
Atois, yes,
Iota backwards.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're going on this delivery adventure through this paper world. And then you, the player, are an actual character that's holding this whole game world in your hands. So you're like kind of guiding this little character inside the game.
And you can push up using the back touchpad on Vita, push into the game world.
Totally. So you're using all the the sticks and the buttons to have some really snappy, like adventurous gameplay. And then we can use all the crazy rear touch and front touch and everything else to really like sort of intersect the game world with yourself.
As you guys have been sort of working through this game, what's it been like working on the Vita? Because I know lots of talk out there about Vita not necessarily the biggest hit out there right now, but it's about the software that's going to drive it, and you guys I think are one of those companies that can sort of really do a custom experience for Vita. Has that been your goal from the get-go to really make something only possible on Vita?
Totally, yeah. We get excited about new hardware just like we did with PS3 and LBP, it's just like opened up all these possibilities. Just want to do the same thing again really for Vita and just push all these new angles.
So you've got some kind of platforming in this game, some adventuring, you showed some creatures. I mean, does combat factor into this? Or I mean, what is the game that's there?
Well, the game is, I mean, there is combat in there, but it's more about like using the creatures in there to your advantage. So in the demo that we were showing you, that we have sections where Wendigos, they're the big beasts of the island. They're all like big and bulky, and they can really pick up some big chunks of the scenery. So although you're trying to avoid them, they can actually clear a path for you. So they're kind of trying to get everything being useful back at you.
Now, when we were over there last summer, we saw the amazing kind of level editor that you guys use for this game. You literally sort of, build papercraft levels using this editor. And I mean, how do you even design a level for this? Because I mean, it sounds like each level is almost custom engineered with a new type of interactivity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of had to just think about the way we built a world just had to change completely. We started off trying like prototypes, doing some sort of isometric stuff, very boxy, just wasn't working at all. And really we just had to take it back to just taking a single sheet of paper and then in the engine and then just folding it in half, putting some cuts in, just like we would on like our crafting table.
Really taking your digital scissors and kind of cutting through the paper.
And because it's all like really, there's a lot of simulation in there of the way the paper moves and deforms and stuff. You actually sort of the gameplay starts to like come to life in your hands really as you're experimenting with it. I mean, it's a strange process, but it's working for us.
I mean, obviously, an incredibly creative game concept, but also the visuals are really compelling. As we think about this game, the types of things we're going to be doing, you've talked about using the camera, you've talked about putting your fingers inside of the game, you've talked about even being able to print out your own papercraft that then you make. Is there anything new you're talking about today, which are sort of those holy cow moments that you're doing with the game, sort of with outside of the actual game that's going to extend the experience?
Well, I mean, today we're focusing more on the adventure and the sort of the texture of the world, really. We're in parallel. We're like adding in all the other stuff, the rewards and the things that drive you through it, and then also there's all the godly stuff, which we still got a few extra godly moments up our sleeves.
Godly moments, is that what you call them?
That's what we call them. Yeah.
All right, so more godly moments coming about how the game sort of interacts with the real world, I guess.
Exactly.
That's part of the premise of this, right? It's going to bleed
Totally.
into your world.
Yeah, so it's you know, by using the cameras and the microphones and stuff, we can be, you know, sucking a little bit of your lifestyle basically into the game world, so that you'll start to see maybe a few things from, you know, your physical space around you turning up in the world of Tearaway.
Will you ever do things like, you know, a lot of people now like take photos from your Facebook feed and kind of put it in the world? Are you trying to kind of bleed, you know, people's real sort of social world into the game
Sure.
at all?
Yeah, we've got all the hooks in there, so we're
So I enter
experimenting
my
with that.
Facebook or Twitter and things
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
It'll pull
Yeah,
info
yeah.
from
And
that.
maybe you'll, you know, be chatting to a character, and suddenly you realise they're talking about someone that you know, and
Okay.
this kind of stuff, which is we're trying
Breaking
to.
the fourth wall there.
Exactly. Oh my God! Yeah, we've just torn the fourth wall up and thrown it out the back.
See, that's
you
what I
know,
think is
it's
awesome.
just-
It's like it's going
right.
to know you and know your
Yeah.
world, and then
Well, I
it's going to
often,
surprise you.
when we were starting the project, I was kind of thinking, do video game characters actually know about fingers? You know, because these would be like the most terrifying thing to them. They're pressing all these buttons all the time and just annihilating all these worlds. So, you know, just to sort of try and pull back a little bit from the game and just think about the wider context of you holding the game, and, you know, whether that could actually be part of the story and the setup.
Oh, well, very cool. I can't wait to see where you guys go with this. Already looks incredible. And you've got someone here actually building papercraft, right?
Yep.
When you
that's
guys
it.
travel, you don't just travel with the game, you travel with
Yeah,
papercraft.
well, exactly. We're
with
concepting
art.
all the time. Yeah.
Are you good at papercraft yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, a few paper cuts, but yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it's such an amazing, cool way to present the game, so we can't wait to check out more of it. It is Tearaway coming for PlayStation Vita later this year.
That's right. Yep.
All right, Rex, well, thanks for the sneak peek at Sogport, and I'm sure we will see more later this year.
Certainly will.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Thank you.